Hey, it's Jared. We're going to take a look at Google Pixel 8 Pro cases. I've got several. Let's jump right into it. So the first case that I received was from Tudia. This case was sent to me by them. Most of these cases I purchased from Amazon. So make sure to check out the links in the description below so that you can see colors and different options that are available there. So Tudia has sent me some cases before. They sent me several different colors, but of course I went with the black color. What I like about this case is that it supports MagSafe, and so it has the magnet in there, and I'm able to wirelessly charge this using MagSafe type devices, which I know are for Apple, but it's a really convenient magnet system for wireless charging. Now, this case has a bit of a texture to the back of it, as you can see, and doesn't add a ton to the phone, but definitely adds a lot of corner protection around the edges of the phone. Lots of protection around the camera module on the back as well, and decent access to all of the ports on the bottom. But this case does, and most cases do, collect quite a bit of lint down there, which is pretty common. This case does provide a lot of face down protection, so protecting against anything coming in contact with the screen of your phone. And so overall, a really great case, and definitely one of the more affordable ones that we're going to look at as well. So as we take this case off and switch over to the next one that I looked at, this is the Onyx Google Pro case from Ringke, I think is how you say it. And I, at first, didn't really know what to think about this case because this case has kind of a weird texture to it. Kind of feels like maybe it should be asphalt or something like that, but it's obviously kind of a plastic silicone, but it's got like that hard silicone feeling. And overall, I do like the fact that the sides of the case is flat, and so it feels just a little bit easier to hold on to. The buttons all feel good. Looks like there's a way that you can connect maybe a lanyard. If you had a lanyard, you can connect that here. Good port access, a little bit thinner around the sides of the phone, and as you can see, the corners are still a little bit more pronounced here, a little bit bigger, and provides that corner protection while still being more slim on the sides of the phone, not making it so much more to hold on to. Not as much on the sides as far as protection, but you can see it raises up right here. And so I like the fact that they decided to kind of taper this down here on the sides and not make it so you have to reach all the way around the entire portion of the case. You get the screen down protection without having to reach all the way around it. And so I like what they did here on the bottom of the phone and on the top of the phone. Definitely makes it a bit easier to hold on to. Next, let's put on the Caseology Nano Pop. I like Caseology cases. Their Parallax series case is really nice, and the Nano Pop is a really clean case that accents the Pixel 8 nicely. As you can see, very nice contour here as the sides of the case lead up to the protection for the camera module. And we've got good port access, a little bit thicker on the base here, but not too bad. Looks like we could put some sort of a little lanyard attachment in there as well. The buttons are very good and responsive on the side of this case, and it's got pretty good face down protection all the way down the edges here, but not so much that it's obnoxious. There's a bit of a grip on the side of the case here, so as you hold it, you can feel the grip in the palm of your hand and on your fingers, and that's really going to help you from sending this phone as you're holding it. Gives you a little bit more grip, and you really feel like you have something to hold on to there, which is nice. Not all cases give you that and can tend to be slippery at times. So the Caseology Nano Pop is definitely a nice case. This is one that I know comes in a variety of different colors as well. The next case is the Otterbox Defender. This case is going to add a lot to our phone, but it is a protection case, and so it's going to add a lot of protection to our Pixel. So let's go ahead and pull off the outer rubber portion so that we can get the phone into the case. So this is a 3-piece case here with a plastic shell that's going to provide the initial protection around the phone, and then the rubber that's going to add the shock protection around it as well. So we've got to snap this in. There we go. And then we'll put the rubber protection around the outer sides of this and snap everything into place. And so you just kind of have to work this all the way around each corner and make sure that everything gets tucked back into where it belongs. Kind of annoying to the poor phone. It's wondering what in the heck is going on here. Looks like I just have the top left, and boom, there we go. Let's test those buttons because this was a lot. There we go. That one snapped back into place now. and buttons are really good. Everything is good. Surprisingly, this does not feel super bulky. Yes, it's a lot bigger than it was initially in this case, but it's not extremely bulky. On the back, you can see that there's not a lot of thickness added to the back. There's protection for the camera module, but the camera module is not sunken down in there. And I like the fact that this case sits flat on the table and does not rock. And most of the other cases do that, at least to some extent, because of the big camera module. But this one does not. It's got tons of face down protection. This does not have a built-in screen protector, but it still provides a lot of face down protection. And you could, of course, add a screen protector to this as well, adding even more protection to the Otterbox Defender, which then snaps right into place here with the belt clip. And the belt clip rotates around so that you can wear this on your belt or clip it somewhere in your vehicle or rotate it this way as well. Definitely pretty cool. Let's see if we can utilize this face out. And yep, snaps right into place too. So you can use this face out, which obviously is not going to provide you the protection to the screen. This doesn't really act as a kickstand. I was thinking maybe that the clip would act a little bit like a kickstand, but it does not. Just the placement of it and the size of the clip, it's not going to work in that way, which is fine. But some cases do provide that functionality, still having a kickstand in there as well. So the Otterbox case, pretty good. I think that this is definitely going to protect your Pixel from the elements. And if you find yourself in the elements and you want to protect your phone, Otterbox definitely has always been a good name as far as protective cases go. Now, those of you that have been around here for a while know that one of my favorite cases is the Speck case. This is a nice fitting case. I definitely enjoy the Speck case. I don't know if it's my favorite though. I like the grip of the Speck case. That is one of the reasons that I go with this case every time, is because it has nice ridges for grippiness, and I like a case that I can grip. It's not like hard plastic silicone. It doesn't feel really hard. It feels smooth, but it's not like a squishy soft silicone. Hard to explain, but Speck has a pretty good formula when it comes to what their silicone cases feel like. I like the reinforced edges on the Speck case. Overall, just a really nice looking case. This being the Presidio 2, it's been out for quite a while as far as this design goes, and it's pretty consistent across the board. They make this case for other Android phones, for iPhones, all that good stuff, and it's just a consistent case that is always quality. Not necessarily the cheapest case, but is a decent one nonetheless. Now, this could be for protection or for privacy. It's totally up to you, but it covers the camera completely and seems to completely get out of the way. It also has a ring built in, and this rotates all the way around as well. So that's good if you wanted a little bit of additional support to hold on to your phone and not send it flying when you're swinging your hand around, then you've got that. And I like that about this. And if rotated this way, it's also going to act as a kickstand, which is great as well. What I don't really like about this case is just how big this whole section is now here. It does rock a little bit. I was going to say, I didn't think it would really bother me that much, but it does rock and is just not very stable as far as the case goes when laying it on the back. It has decent screen down protection though, and we aren't going to really worry about any issues there. I mean, you know, if you're a little bit rougher with your phone and you're worried about those cameras, or maybe you're worried about the government watching you or something like that, you've got the door to shut and close this off. This kind of looks like a Humix case as far as the box goes. I've seen boxes like this before, but I don't think it's of the Humix brand. I'll make sure to link to that down below because I just can't remember the actual brand name because it just doesn't say it on the box. The look of the inside as well, and this honeycomb look, pretty nice design choice on the inside of that case. Next, let's look at the Spigen Rugged Armor. The Spigen Rugged Armor is a great case. Spigen makes awesome cases as well. You really can't go wrong with a Spigen case. They've got lots of options, different styles of cases as well. I chose this one because I like the rugged armor kind of fiber look, whether it's carbon fiber or Kevlar look down at the bottom, and just the simplicity of this type of case. It always has a nice subtle grip on the side of the case as well, and the buttons are always really responsive and feel good. And so this case has just always been a winner. I like the design, just the edges of the case. Everything about this case is just well thought out, and it's consistent across a lot of other types of devices as well. You can get this same case for your other Android devices, iOS devices, and it just overall looks good and is a lightweight case that isn't going to add much to your phone. Decent screen down protection, not a ton though, but a good amount of screen down protection. I'm not really going to worry about my screen when I have this case on it. And so overall, consistent Spigen, rugged armor, goodness, just like it always is when you grab one of these Spigen cases using the links in the description below. The next case is from Torras. This is, I think they call it the P-Stand case. This is a different case for me to look at from Torras. I always tend to look at a Torras case because I really do like their cases. They fit and feel really good. As you can see, this one has the MagSafe magnet inside of it. I should have tested it with the first case, but we've got the magnetic ring that we can add to the back, and that's a pretty strong magnet, actually. Not mad about that at all. But we have a kickstand built in, and so while this could be used as a kickstand, this has a built-in kickstand, and now the phone is standing up. What I love about this is that it comes out at an angle. They put the kickstand way down at the bottom, and if it just went straight out, this phone would topple over. But being that it curves in at an angle like that, and this is pretty stout, I mean, I'm pulling on this really hard and twisting on it. I'm not even damaging it. And the kickstand works just like so. And I can even stand it up in portrait mode and the kickstand works. So this is really a good design. I like having a kickstand because then I don't have to hold the phone up or position it. But a lot of times kickstands can be in the way or take away from other features of the phone, like the ability to have a magnetic charging or connecting other magnetic devices like this to the back of it. Pop socket makes a magnetic pop socket. And so besides wireless charging, there's also the ability to connect something like this to the back of the phone, which I think is great. So Torras did a great job with this case. It definitely has a lot of functionality beyond just having good looks. I think it's a great looking case. And I love the fact that it's just subtly smoked in the middle, not completely all the way around. So you can still see the back of your phone a little bit and see that Google logo right in the center of that circle, like we saw earlier. Let's just check here. Yep, this case does have the MagSafe magnet in it, which I know it did because I talked about it and I've been using wireless charging on that case since I got it. And so far, those are the only two cases that we've tested that have those magnets in them. Now, the last case we're going to take a look at is from Ghostek, and I have not put this on the phone yet because it's a little bit more of an involved case. It's IP68 waterproof and 12-foot drop tested. This case, it's a little bit involved, but it's a great case if you want to add additional protection to your device. So there's likely an internal, there we got to peel that off for the fingerprint reader. And I think we just have an outer, just an outer. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean this off on my shirt because that's totally how I should do this. I should be using the wipes and everything that it comes with, including the stickers, to get the screen as clean as possible. But let's go ahead and slide the phone in here like so. Looks like I'm going to need to slide it in from the bottom side. So let's just go ahead and slide that in, and boom, there we go. There we go. Now I also want to make sure and clean off the camera module as well. Just make sure that that's nice and clean. And then we can apply the back of the case to the phone. So this is going to snap all the way around, and you're going to want to make sure that this is nice and seated so that there's no opportunity for water or dust or anything to get in there. And so make sure that all of those snaps connect so that you don't end up getting any moisture inside of this case. What's great about a case like this is that it provides a lot of additional protection to your phone. Now we can peel off the backing. There we go. And we can peel off the front as well. Boom. And it even says make sure there's no screen protector on your phone because this has a built-in screen protector. And let's test the fingerprint unlock. Yep, that works. Awesome. And the buttons are really responsive, so I like that. I mean, I don't like the fingerprint reader there. It has a little bit of, and that's probably because I didn't clean it off that well, but that's okay. If I'd cleaned it off better, I probably wouldn't have that issue. So the back of this case is very glossy and shiny, as you can see, very reflective. We also get protection over the camera module as well, which would be interesting to me just to see if there's any degradation in quality with the cameras, because Google Pixel is known for its great photos, and if you put things in front of those cameras, you're not going to have the best quality. I mean, it doesn't look bad to me at all. Let's just get up and close with the Torras case here. I think that looks pretty good. I don't see any issues there with the camera lens protector over the back. It is a little, like, you can push on it a little bit. I don't think it's a problem though. For me, I don't like anything in front of the cameras, but I know that you're gonna have that in order to have a total seal around the phone and protect it from the elements. So the Nautical Slim from Ghostek, definitely an interesting case. Good way for us to end this video with something that provides total protection over the phone, even if you were to take this swimming unintentionally, which the phone has its own protections as well, but this just adds another layer of protection to the phone. So let me know what your favorite case was out of all of these that we checked out. You know that I'm going to say that the Speck Presidio Grip 2 is one of my favorites because it always is, but I also really liked the Caseology Nano Pop, and of course the Spigen rugged armor as well. The Otterbox case is a little bit too much for me, and the other cases weren't bad either, but weren't necessarily my favorite. My next runner-up would be the Torras with the kickstand, because I just love how that kickstand was implemented. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I put out new videos. We'll see you in the next one.